This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwande, and this is Africa Now. We begin with security matters. The United States military conducted its first airstrike under President Joe Biden's administration against Al-Qaeda-affiliated Al-Shabaab jihadis on Tuesday, the Pentagon says. According to the Pentagon spokeswoman Cindy King, a battle damage assessment is still pending due to the ongoing engagement between Al-Shabaab and Somali forces. However, the command's initial assessment is that no civilians were injured or killed as a result of the strike. The strike is the first conducted by the U.S. military in Somalia since January 19th, when U.S. Military Command for Africa, AFRICOM, announced it had killed 3 Al-Shabaab jihadis in 2 strikes. Mali's interim president is safe and sound, his office announced, after he had been targeted in an attempted stabbing attack after Eid al-Adha prayers at the Grand Mosque in the capital, Bamako. 2 armed men, one of whom wielded a knife, his office announced. Goita, 38, was sworn into office last month despite facing a diplomatic backlash over his second power grab in 9 months. The shocking attack follows months of political turmoil in Mali, which has been struggling to contain a jihadist insurgency since 2012 that has claimed thousands of lives and driven hundreds of thousands from their homes. Investigations are ongoing, says the president's office. The United Kingdom is requesting Nigeria explains the circumstances surrounding the detaining and arrest of IPOB leader who holds British citizenship. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer alleged he had been detained and mistreated in Kenya before being sent back to Nigeria in June. The separatist leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB group, which wants part of the southeastern Nigeria to succeed, was on the run outside Nigeria for 4 years. Kanu faces 11 charges, including terrorism, treason, and illegal possession of firearms. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa is one of 14 world leaders on a list of potential targets for potential full surveillance by a spyware called Pegasus that infects phones and allows operators to spy on their targets. A list leaked to major news outlets reveals some 50,000 phone numbers of people believed to be of interest to clients of Israeli-based firm NSO Group. The group, which has denied any wrongdoing, says the software is intended for use against criminals and terrorists. It is made available to only military, law enforcement, and intelligence agencies with good human rights record, it adds. The current Prime Minister of Egypt, Morocco, and the King of Morocco are the African leaders on the list. Now away from security matters. A South Africa court on Tuesday granted Jacob Zuma his request to postpone long-running corruption trial. The former president had on Monday, through his lawyers, applied to have the case postponed by up to 3 weeks because of the unrest and COVID-19 pandemic to allow time for the trial to resume physically. The trial is adjourned to 10 to 13th August, says Judge Piotr Cohen. Zuma's jailing this month for contempt of court triggered violent protest and looting, initially in his home province of KwaZulu-Natal, but later also in Wanteg, home to the country's biggest city, Johannesburg. You are watching Africa Now. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. We move to business after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, South African authorities said at least 40,000 businesses were looted, burnt, or vandalized during widespread rioting that broke out after the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. The true economic cost of the looting and violence in KwaZulu-Natal province is estimated to be well over $1 billion and $3.4 billion for the national economy. More than 200 shopping centers and 100 malls were looted or burnt, while at least 1,400 ATMs were damaged and 300 banks and post offices vandalized in the southeastern province. A total of 90 pharmacies were destroyed beyond revival. The International Monetary Fund Board of Directors has approved a 3-year aid program worth $1.5 billion for the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Nicolas Kazadi, Minister of Finance, in a joint conference with IMF representative in Kinshasa, says the first axis of reform in the budgetary field, while the second reform is the strength strengthening of the monetary framework, and the third is the improvement of governance and economic transparency. An initial disbursement of $217 million has already been made, and future disbursements will depend on strict adherence to the reform program agreed between the IMF and the Congo. Away from business, Tunisia has sacked its health minister Fawzi Mehdi as the country struggles to cope with the surging numbers of coronavirus cases. A health ministry advisor says not only is the country at about 200 deaths per day, but also patient care services, hospitalizations, oxygen beds are currently at their maximum. According to the WHO Africa region, there have been 546,233 confirmed cases of COVID-19, with 17,527 deaths. As of July 13, 2021, a total of 2,204,544 vaccine doses have been administered in the country. And in sports, a Ugandan weightlifter that went missing since Friday from a training camp in Japan, leaving a note saying he wanted to find work, has been found safe and sound, the Japanese police announced on Tuesday. An alarm was raised on Friday after Julius, 20, failed to appear for a coronavirus test and was not in his hotel room. The police are uncertain on whether to refer to the man or to the team or to the embassy. The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has announced next season dates for African Champions League and Confederation Cup. The season will officially get underway on September 10 with the first round of qualifiers, which is the preliminary rounds. The draw for the preliminary rounds will be held no later than August 15, CAF says in a statement. While both competitions are expected to hold on the second round of qualifiers in September-October, the Confederation Cup will hold its second preliminary round, an additional round of qualifiers in late November and early December. CAF adds that bids to host the finals of both tournaments will be opened in November. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, do visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Ukmade. Thanks for watching.